I'll walk you through the steps on how to create your metals benchwork project in Fusion. So the first thing you need to do once you have Fusion open is go to Create New Component. We're going to name the component Base. That's going to be the base part of our benchwork project. So once I have that done, I'll go ahead and click OK. I then can look at the sketch for the object. I'm going to start by sketching this line right here on the object. So to do that within Fusion, I'm going to click Create a Sketch. I'm going to choose my work plane. I'm going to grab the line tool here, and I'm going to start at the origin. From the origin, I'm going to make a line up 2 inches. And what we've done is we've just created this line. We know that it's 2 inches by looking at the right side view of the object. We can see that it's 2 inches right there. From this point, I'm going to create this line here. It's 2 3/4 inches over. And so again, I'm going to get my line tool. I'll go from this point, go over 2.75, and hit enter. From that point, I'm going to come back to the origin and I'm going to create this line. So this line is 3 1/4 over. So I'll get my line tool again, start at the origin, go over 3 1/4. Next line we're going to create is this line. It's 1.5 inches up. And so I'll get my line tool again, click, go up 1.5 inches. And then all I have to do to finish this sketch off is to connect these 2 lines. All right. Once I do that, it will create a shape. You know it's a shape because it's highlighted now in blue, and you know that the sketch is fully defined because all of the lines are black. When you have that done, you can go ahead and click to finish the sketch. I always like to go to a home view to see it in the isometric view. And the next thing we're going to do is extrude it 1/4 inch. This is going to give the part its depth. So I'll go back to Fusion, I'll click Extrude, and I'm going to extrude that out 0.25. And I have my extrusion now. The next step of this is to create the point for the hole. We notice that the hole is labeled A1. If we go to our hole table, we see A1 here. It lets us know that it's 2 inches in the X dimension. So in the X dimension here, it's 2 inches over. In the Y dimension, it is 3/4 inch up. So I'll go ahead and go back to my drawing. I'm going to create a new sketch, and I'm going to click the surface of my part this time. From there, I am going to click the point tool. If you don't have the point tool, if you click Create, your tools should be labeled underneath here. So I'm going to click the point tool, and I'm just going to place it on the face of my object. From there, I'm going to get my dimension tool. So your dimension tool is here. I'm going to click the origin and the point. That dimension should be 2, so I'll type that in and hit enter. I'm going to click the origin again and the point, and I'm going to put the height dimension in. That one is 0.75. Once I have that done, I'll go ahead and put that in and hit enter. When I'm finished there, I'll go ahead and click Finish Sketch. And now we're ready to add the feature of the hole. And so we know that the hole is a 1/4 UNC2B. So what that thread designation means is that this is a threaded hole. It's a 1/4 inch hole. There are 20 holes or 20 threads per inch. It's a unified coarse thread, and the fit is a 2B fit. And so to get that within our program, again, I'm going to go to the home view so I can see it in 3D. I'm going to click the hole tool, and I'm going to select my point. Under hole type, we're going to have a simple hole. Under hole tap type, we're going to click tapped hole. And that's going to give us some other options for the threads on this hole. For size, I'm going to go to a 1/4 inch, 0.25, and then you can see I have a 1/4 20 UNC. I'm going to make the class a 2B fit. And then the last thing we have to do is tell it how deep we want the hole to be. The easiest way to do that is come up here to Extents and say we want it to go through all. So once I have that done, I can go ahead and click OK, and our hole is placed in the object. From here, we're going to change the material. And so under the component over here in your browser, I'm going to right click and I'm going to select Physical Material. That's going to bring up a material dialog box for me. I'm going to go ahead and select Metal. And I'm going to come down and I am going to select Aluminum 6061 for the material. And if I just click and drag that to the part, it will automatically change the part's material to aluminum. Our next step is going to be to insert the set screw for this. So over here under Insert, I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to come down and click on McMaster Car Component. When that pops up, I'm going to click Screws and Bolts. I'm going to scroll down until I find Set Screws, and I'm going to select that. Under thread size, I'm going to scroll down over here until I find my thread size, which is a 1/4 20. And the length of our set screw is going to be a 1/4 inch. So I'll go ahead and click a 1/4 inch under length. I am going to select this first option here, Alloy Steel Cut Point Set Screw. Once I have that selected, I'm going to select the black oxide one here, and then under Download, I'm going to select 3D Step and click Download, and it will download that set screw directly into my model. I can move it here. When I'm good with that, I can go ahead and click OK. So there's the set screw. The next thing we need to do is insert the set screw into the hole. To do that, I'm going to click Assemble, and I'm going to click Joint. I'm going to come down and zoom into my object. I'm going to select the outer circle of this, and I want to pay attention to that blue line that's pointing in towards the object. I'm going to select that. And then when I come up here and I select the hole, it's going to line up those blue lines together and insert the set screw into the object. Under Motion, you're going to want it to be under Revolute, so it will spin within the hole. Once you have that done, you can go ahead and click OK. The last step we have for this model is to insert the decal of the Newton City logo. And so to do that, we're going to go ahead and click under Insert here. I'm going to select Decal. I'm going to select Insert from my computer. I'm going to go to the W drive. I'm going to find the engineering folder. I'm going to find the folder for IIT. You should see Newton logo. I'll go ahead and click Open. It's asking me to select a face to put the decal on. I'll select the front face of my part. I can then move the logo within that face. And I can also scale the logo. So I'm going to scale it down to 3/4. So under all of the scale, under X, Y, I'm going to change those to 3/4 scale. And once I have that positioned on my part where it looks right, I'm going to go ahead and select OK. And it will apply the decal to the part. So when you're finished with that, that's the model for your metals benchwork project.